Hello gamers, welcome to the next episode of Team Crush Ninjas Game Talk. I know last week I didn't post a video, say anything because I was moving, so I was really tired, didn't have the time to do the show for last week, but I'm well rested, and as you can see in the background, things have changed. I have a new background settings, Mario Kart in the top, the Avengers, Castlevania, Project X Zone, and the side of me is Injustice with a poster of Sonic Riders. But enough about the background. Let's talk about what happened throughout the week. Nintendo did their Nintendo Direct, talked about the upcoming games and what the stuff that's gonna happen. Nothing really too excited except for the crossover game of Professor Langston versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and I gotta say that's a pretty good game. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. It makes me want to pick it up, but I'm still not sure. I'm still gotta be convinced about it. I do apologize if you can hear the background noise because I am doing it through my phone, so I still gotta wait for the computer to get fixed. But enough about that. There was some other stuff that happened around. Koro from a game development. Koro is like Game Informers here in the United States, but they're doing it in Japan. And in Japan they announced that there's gonna be some new stuff going on with the Pokemon X and Y series. With the Pokemon franchise, they introduced a new Mega Evolutions. I don't think they're really much evolution. I think it's more of how do you call it, transformation, because they showed off some couple Pokemon that have transformations. I don't know if they're gonna be like during battle, before battles. But you gotta look it up. It seems pretty cool, especially when you got that Blaziken and Lucario go through that transformation. They seem pretty cool. And Lucario kind of reminds me of Ryu, and Blaziken kind of reminds me of Jim from the Tekken series, just a lot more cooler. But enough about that. Like I said, I do apologize if you can hear background noise. Uh, what are the other things that got my attention? Oh, the new Xbox. They revealed the Xbox One opening. They opened the box and they showed off what's inside. It comes with a mic. That's pretty good because, you know, the mics are like what, 20 bucks, 30 bucks? They're not officially the right price, but you know, that's what I'm assuming. So for today's topic, I know I'm jumping ahead of time, but for today's topic is gonna be I know 2 weeks ago was crossover games, and I forgot to mention the two crossover games that I wanted to see was Nintendo versus Sega, and the reason why is because they had a long history together. They kind of been rivals for a long time until they became friends. I want to see them go create a game together. You know, they both got Mario. They both got racing in them. They can do a fighting game. They can do an RPG game. The possibilities are endless. And the other fighting game, and the other not fighting, well, mostly fighting game. The other crossover game I wanted to see was Capcom versus Nintendo. Mostly because Capcom started off with Nintendo. They became popular through Nintendo, especially Mega Man. So it would be nice to see these guys go at it in some form of RPG. I know they won't probably do a fighting game, but if they do, it would be really nice to see Ryu go up against Mario. But enough about last 2 weeks ago. Let's talk about this week's topic. And this week's topic is fighting game. What makes a good fighting game? Through my standards and through your guys' standards are different. We all have different opinions, but that's okay. We all agree to a few key qualities in fighting games should be in there. For example, they need to have a good online net code. You know, good multiplayer, good online connection. Otherwise, you're gonna be suffering so much. You're gonna lose profit off the bat. The other stuff that we both could agree on, you and me, and people could agree on, what makes a good fighting game would be the characters. You know, these characters, these are the mascots of these franchises. You know, look, for example, like a Mortal Kombat, Street Fighters, King of Fighters, Tekkens. A lot of these characters have amazing mascots. Then you got fighting games that are out there, but they're not really popular because their mascots are not that popular. Like a Scargirls, Guilty Gears was a pretty good popular game, but now it's like it's trying to make a comeback, but I don't think they're doing it right. I think they still are missing something. Persona 4 is another good fighting game with an amazing netcode, yet they don't have a character to really truly represent them. Mostly because they have other Persona games out there and they have an anime show, so it might be different. It might be completely different. Maybe they do have a mascot for the games and the shows that I don't know about. But to me, what really makes a good fighting game has to be the characters. Has to be the characters. Has to be the presentation. It's how can I say it? It has to be the characters. How you present the characters. How you show them off is what really catches my attention. Because a game can have an amazing online play, an amazing net code, some amazing game modes, amazing graphics, good mechanic, and balanced out roster. But the characters have to stand out to me. If you can't make a character stand out, you're not gonna get my money. There are a few games, fighting games out there. Like really, I really wish I could play it, but I'm not gonna pick it up and play it because none of the characters actually get my attention. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures is a fighting game that I really want to play, but it's not having. I really want to play it, but it's really not a character in that roster that grabs my attention. Same thing with Persona 4. I want to play it because of the amazing netcode, but it's not a character in that roster that really grabs my attention. And I don't have the money to buy it. There's other fighting game, Soul Calibur. It's a very popular game that I stopped playing after Soul Calibur 2 because after that 3 was okay, wasn't the best, and then 4 have the Star Wars characters in them, and then 5 I just lost track of 5. It's good, the netcode is good, but it just once again the characters don't really grab my attention. They don't have like the classic character, they replace them with new ones, and kind of disappointing that it happens. But what really defines my expectations for a fighting game has to be not just besides the characters, has to be the game modes. You have to have a variety of different game modes in order to be completely somewhat successful. Not completely successful, but somewhat successful. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe with fighting games, success is totally based on the stuff that the game is can afford to you. You know what is available to you. You know, have to have a good online play. Have to have variety to different game modes, balanced out roster, unique unique characters, but also characters that can stand out. You know, because look throughout the history of fighting games, you can see that Mortal Kombat, the two popular characters are Sub-Zero and Scorpion. And if it wasn't for them, I don't think Mortal Kombat would have become as big as popular as they are today. The same thing with Street Fighters. A lot of the characters that truly make Street Fighters what they are is, you know, Ryu, Ken. They have like a list, you know, they have a group of mascots with Capcom. But at the same time, you know, their versus series, Street Fighters versus Marvel, I think that one character that really stands it out in the Marvel series will have to be Doctor Doom. Mostly because he has his hidden missiles and Zero. But there are other characters out there that truly could make the game unique and stand out on their own. We just have to give them a chance. That's all I have to say for this week's episode. I know it's not much about fighting games. Like I said, I had moved from house to house. I was up so late one day, well, last week, moving things. I've been trying to organize my stuff, trying to find most of my stuff out. So, for those who are tuning in to watch the Project X Zone Let's playthrough, I will continue doing it. It's once I think if there are 2 more introductions, and then the storyline will continue. And the storylines are pretty long, so I might have to cut them in piece by piece. So stay tuned for those. I'll see you guys next week. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for tuning in.